Hey guys, we are making some classic gluten-free chocolate chip cookies today. I always get asked about how to make these, and they're just so good every time. So you start with a melted stick of butter, and I truly believe that every good chocolate chip cookie recipe uses equal parts white sugar and brown sugar. I don't know, I think it makes the best consistency, and we're going to cream the sugar in the butter. So I'm just whipping that up really well. You can use a hand mixer for this if you want. I don't like to pull it out and use extra equipment, so I just do it by hand. Then we'll add in some vanilla. We'll add in our eggs. Just double check that your butter's not still warm for some reason after whipping it up before you add that in. But after creaming the butter and sugar, you should be good, honestly. Everyone always really enjoys these. They're so simple, but I don't know, always really great. So I'm actually making these for some people who are coming over tonight, but we're going to add in a little extra step to freeze some of these and keep some for ourselves for later, because it's nice to have just like an easy dessert on hand. You can like buy gluten-free cookies, like freezer cookies nowadays, but I feel like our grocery store is always out of them. And it's just kind of nice to have things that you've made yourself that are still like homemade and all gooey goodness, but super easy as well. So I just added my dry ingredients in and mixed them up really well after all my wet ingredients. I know some recipes will call for you mixing the dry ingredients in a separate bowl, and I just don't like dirtying another bowl. So you can see this is getting a little thicker, and I'm kind of pressing the loose ingredients that haven't been incorporated yet into it. I'll do the same thing with these cookies. This Enjoy Life are all of the major allergen free chocolate chip cookies, and I would recommend getting the semi-sweet ones, even if you're not getting the dairy-free chocolate chip cookies or chocolate chips, because for some reason, I don't know, it just like balances out the cookie really well, and it's not overly sweet, and I think that's something that people really like about these. So I am just measuring with my heart, making sure all sides of the dough are covered in chocolate chips, putting down parchment paper, my handy dandy cookie scoop that I need a new one of. It looks kind of like an ice cream scoop, but I don't think it's the same thing. I think it's like heavy duty compared to that. So just search for like cookie scoop on Amazon or whatever, and it will help you. It makes the perfect size cookie every single time. Even mine that's like not working as well is super great. And then you just put it in the oven 350 for about 8 minutes. You want to look for like a golden edge around the outside of it to know that it's cooked well. This is the second batch that is not going in the oven, so I'm just cramming all the cookies in there. They don't have to be spread apart for this because I'm just going to put them in the freezer, so that we have our like individual freezer cookies that will go in like a bag, and we can just pull out however many we want when we want them, and it works super great. So yeah, filled that up, and then I'm just gonna cover it with foil. I have a thing with like the freezer. I don't want it to like smell like freezer food or touch anything in there, so that's not super necessary. I don't think it adds anything to freezing the cookies, but it's what I do. And then, so yeah, you can see these have a little like golden ring around them. This is the time, if you want to make your cookies a perfect round shape, get a glass that is wider than the cookies, and you just kind of swirl them around on a circle while they're still hot. You can see some of them, it like really made a difference and it perfected the edges. Some of them were a little too crusty around the edge and it just did not matter. And then some of them, the chocolate chips just made a mess. So you do you, whether or not you want to do that extra step, but I think it's kind of a nice touch. So these are frozen. They're not like super hard. Like I think if I squished them, I could still mash it down pretty well, but they aren't going to stick to each other anymore. They were in the freezer for about like 15 minutes. I'm just tossing them in a bag, and they are good to go for the next time we want cookies. And then for our people coming over tonight, I'm just going to add these to our little cake stands because they look so nice and pretty. And I don't know, I think they like make people want to eat them more than if they were just out. Would highly recommend a little display like this to be extra fancy. But yeah, everyone loved them. I enjoy just having a good chocolate chip cookie. It's super cozy. I love them so much that I can't even put this one on the plate. I'm going to have it for myself right now. Enjoy, guys.